Hi and welcome back to the Push the Envelope TV. Today I'm going to be sharing a short wine haul with you guys. It was an inadvertent wine haul that I did in the last week of just some really interesting grapes. So I have 7 bottles of wine here to share. So I'm going to try to blow through them quickly. I'm also filming in my backyard and there's pests and heat, so bear with me. So the first thing I'm going to feature is actually this empty bottle of Franciacorta. I talked about this in my first sparkling video, the preview to the sparkling series. It's a Brut 2008 vintage Franciacorta. It's an Italian sparkling wine I found at my local shop here. So that's really interesting, something you don't find everywhere. I also have, from that same trip to the wine store, a Cioccolina. The grape in this is Hundari Bizuri, or it might be Hundari Belza. So it's Hundari Bizuri, Riesling, and Vol Blanc. I'm not familiar with that last grape, but Cioccolina is a Basque style of wine. I've tried it in rosé. I've talked about it before in my rosé favorites last summer. So I got this. Also, from a different wine shop, actually from the same wine shop, I got an Erbalucci, which is a North Italian wine. It's an alternative to Pinot Grigio, and something that's bright and interesting and really good for summer. These are all like summer starter wines that I wanted to try, but I'm always looking for something that's not ordinary, something that you don't see on every wine list, just to kind of broaden the taste and be able to narrow down, especially when I'm doing blind tastings and just trying fun new stuff. So this is a Siec Erbalucci. The next wine I got, it's a Coulis du Thel Blanc de Franc. It is a white Cabernet Franc, which I've never seen before. I'm guessing it's a blend because it says white table wine. Next up I have Sauska Unoaked Ferment. It's a Tokai. I've heard of Tokai Asu, and we serve it in the restaurant that I work in as a dessert form of wine. So this has a cute little description. I love when wines have a description on the back, and this has a twist top, which is really interesting, and a lot of wines are moving to this. So it says an unoaked dry white wine made entirely from ferment grapes of Hungary's Tokaj region. Tokaj is spelled T-O-K-A-J. So Tokaj, you might think it's pronounced, but it's Tokaj. I have a Hungarian coworker who informed me. So Tokaj 2015 from Hungary, has floral and tropical notes. It's great balance, has some really good minerality. I got to try this in store before I bought it. Great brightness and floral and tropical notes. It's very good. I'm excited to chill this and try it. My next one I was really excited about because if you watched my last year's rosé favorites, then you saw the Clotetti Patrimonio. Now that was a wine from Corsica. This is a rosé from Corsica as well. I've been looking for Corsica rosés from Corsica with the Neolichu grape featured in them since last summer, because the Clotetti is not as easy for me to find. So I just searched by similar grapes and regions. So this is the same grape. There's like a couple of grapes that are grown in the region of Corsica, but one that's really popular is Neolichu, which is a cousin grape to Sangiovese. I'm a huge Sangiovese fan, so it's no surprise that I really enjoy these rosés. This was found at another local wine shop, and it is imported by Wineberry America LLC. So I'm really excited to try these. And my last one in this haul is actually not anything unusual as far as grapes go. It's Chardonnay. But if you recognize this bottle, or the Colline family, this is Pierre-Yves Colline Moret. This is his Chasson Montrachet. It's a 2014 vintage. 2014 was an outstanding year in Burgundy for white wines, so this is a fantastic vintage. I tried this, and I sold and tried and really enjoyed wines from the son of this producer, whose name is Philippe Colline, and there's also Bruno Colline. So this was pretty pricey. I don't think I've spent this much on a bottle of wine outside of a restaurant. Yeah, I think that's accurate. This is the first time I've spent this much money on a bottle of wine outside of a restaurant. Yeah, that's it. So what made me want to get this was all the things I just said about it. It's a really great vintage. It's a really great producer. It's a family producer, and it's delicious wine. I've had it before. I am a creature of habit. I've been introduced to wines, and I continue to go back to wines that I've been introduced to. So I wanted to introduce you guys to some interesting wines, and maybe you'll feel more comfortable trying something different. Or maybe you've tried these already, and I'm just getting on your level. Who knows? This is my cocktail that I made. That's in my quick summer cocktail video as well. So I wanted to introduce you guys to some interesting wines, because I'm a creature of habit, and I go back to things I've had before. I bought this Chocolina because I'd had it before. I had it at work. I enjoyed it. I found it in the store. I drank it. I familiarized myself with the grape. I bought it again. The Herbalucci I tried with my Somm last week after a blind tasting. I felt myself familiar with it, and I went and bought it. This I literally bought on a whim. This they let me try in the store. The rosé, as I mentioned, I had a similar style rosé from that region with the same grape. I don't know what their production style is, but looking at the color, the region, knowing the grape, I'm assuming it's going to be fairly similar, and if not similar, I will enjoy it, I hope. And this, no fail. The Franciacorta, it's really hard to find Franciacorta, and that one was really reasonably priced, so I grabbed it up, and I'm not upset at all. So that's it. That's a lot of wine. I'm done.